Hello students, now here in the topic of graph coloring, we in the last lecture we studied about the chromatic polynomial. So here we take some examples or some particular graphs chromatic polynomial. So first of all we take the chromatic polynomial of some standard graphs. First one is, what is the chromatic polynomial of a complete graph? If we have the complete graph with n vertices and it is denoted by kn, you know this. So what will be the chromatic polynomial of a complete graph? That is p and lambda, and we represent our chromatic polynomial by p and lambda, where lambda is the colors. So lambda minus 1, lambda minus 2 up to lambda minus n plus 1. So this will be the chromatic polynomial of a complete graph with n vertices. So now we have to prove this. First of all, we take suppose a graph G with n vertices v1, v2, vn. Then we have how many colors? Lambda colors we have total. So given lambda colors, the vertex v1 can be colored in lambda different ways. Why? Because we have a suppose any complete graph. So any vertex, first vertex, if we color, so how many options we have? We have the lambda options are there. So we have we can color the vertex v1 by the lambda different ways. Now for each coloring v1, when we color the vertex v1, so how many colors remaining we have? Lambda minus 1 color we have remaining. So for v2, as v1 is adjacent to v2, because in a complete graph each vertex is adjacent to the other vertex, right? So when we do the color of the v2, which is the adjacent to v1, so we have to color the v2. How many ways we have to color the vertex, second vertex? We have the total lambda minus 1 ways, because now remaining color we have lambda minus 1 after doing the color of v1. So it means that, and we can color the vertex v2 by the lambda minus 1 ways. Now for each coloring of v1 and v2, after that v3 can be colored how many ways? Lambda minus 2 ways. Why we do all these? Because we have to do the all different colors in are the each vertex of the complete graph, right? So we have to take the colors lambda for first vertex, lambda minus 1 for second vertex, lambda minus 2 for the third vertex, and so on. So now by the product of rule of counting, we have the chromatic polynomial will be lambda minus 1, lambda minus 2 up to lambda minus n plus 1. So this will be the chromatic polynomial of a complete graph. You can take an example here. If our suppose our graph G is a K4. K4, it means that we have a complete graph with 4 vertices. Then what will be the chromatic polynomial of this? So the chromatic polynomial is lambda minus 1, lambda minus 2, lambda minus 3. Why? Because we have the 4 vertices. Lambda for v1, lambda minus 1 for v2, lambda minus 2 for v3, and lambda minus 3 for v4. So we color all the vertices. So now when we solve it, we get that this is our the chromatic polynomial. Now how to decide the chromatic number of this? The chromatic number of this is 4. So by the chromatic polynomial, how can we decide that our chromatic number? Because if our polynomial is greater than 0, first time is greater than 0, when we put lambda is equal to 4, so we find that our chromatic number is 4. So when we put here lambda is equal to 4, so we get the positive number. If we suppose we put lambda is equal to 3, so it becomes 0. If we put lambda is equal to 2, so it becomes 0, right? So any number means if you put lambda is equal to minus 5, so it will again greater than 0, but first time it become greater than 0 when we put lambda is equal to 4. It means that the chromatic number of the given graph, if suppose we don't know about the our graph, which type of graph is this, so we can find the chromatic number. Clear it? Now, next one is chromatic polynomial of a tree. If we have a tree with n vertices, so what will be the chromatic polynomial of that? That is lambda, lambda minus 1 raised to the power n minus 1. So, if you have the tree, so you can directly write the chromatic polynomial, that is this one. So, now we have to prove this. First of all, we take a graph G, that is a tree with n vertices. So we prove this theorem by the induction. So first we take n is equal to 1. Then G has one vertex which can be colored in how many ways? Lambda different ways, right? So our P1 lambda is lambda. Now, if n is equal to 2, then G has one edge, right? Because we have the two vertices, so we have how many edge? One edge is there. So if we have the one edge, it means that both here in one edge, both vertices have the adjacent. So two colors we have to require for the proper coloring. So now we have C1 is equal to 0. C1 becomes 0 because we need to two colors. And C2, what is C2? C2 is our the 2 factorial, it means 2. Now, then what will be our P2 lambda? So, in this case, if n is equal to 2, so our chromatic polynomial P2 lambda will be C1 lambda C1, C1 is 0 here, plus C2 lambda C2, C2 is 2, and lambda C2 is become lambda, lambda minus 1 upon factorial 2. When we solve it, so we get lambda, lambda minus 1. Now, we assume the result is true for all trees having lesser than n vertices. So now consider a tree with n vertices, and since G is a tree, it must have at least one pendant vertex. You know that which type of trees we have. So at least one vertex is there, that is has a pendant vertex. What is the pendant vertex? Which has only the 1 degree. So that is the pendant vertex. Let V be a pendant vertex of G, then we break this G dash graph. G dash graph, we take that G minus V. Means if in our graph G, we remove that vertex V, so we get the graph G dash. Now, what will be the how many vertices in G dash? G dash is a tree. So with how many vertices? N minus 1 vertices, because one vertex we remove here. So now our G dash graph, we have the total n minus 1 vertices. So now by the induction hypothesis, we put here n minus 1 in place of n. So it becomes Pn minus 1 lambda is equal to lambda, lambda minus 1 raised to the power n minus 2. So now for each proper coloring of G dash, the given graph can be properly colored by painting the vertex V with the color other than the vertex adjacent to the vertex V. Means we have one and only one vertex is adjacent to V. Why? Because V is a pendant vertex. So it means that we can color the V with how many ways? Lambda minus 1 colors for each proper coloring of G dash. Thus the number of ways of coloring G is lambda, lambda minus 1 raised to the power n minus 2 into lambda minus 1. So it will be for n minus 1 vertices and for n vertices, because we can color the V by lambda minus 1 color, so it become multiply by lambda minus 1. Now when we solve it, we get lambda, lambda minus 1 raised to the power n minus 1, and this is a polynomial, chromatic polynomial always of a tree, right? Now let's take another example here of the chromatic polynomial. So in this example, we have to determine the chromatic polynomial of a connected graph with 3 vertices. So here we don't know which type of graph we have, only we know that we have the 3 vertices. So now, since the given graph say G has 3 vertices, so its chromatic polynomial, what will be its characteristic chromatic polynomial? That is P3 lambda is equal to C1 lambda C1 by the formula plus C2 lambda C2 plus C3 lambda C3. So we need to find the chromatic polynomial of this graph, we need C1, C2 and C3. So now, first of all, G has a connected graph, right? It means that at least one edge is here. So only one color cannot properly color G. That is C1 is equal to 0, because one edge is there. It means we have at least we know we have the two colors, not only one color. So C1 is equal to 0. So now after that we have the two possibilities are here. What are these? Means which type of vertices we have. It may be, first case is, if suppose our three vertices form a triangle. It can be, because we know only that we have the three vertices, don't know which type of graph we have. So first case, if we suppose that we take our three vertices is like that it form a triangle, then you know that in triangle we need at least how many colors? Three colors we need, right? It means that our C2 is 0 here, and C3, what is C3? C3 is always, because only you have the three vertices, factorial 3, it means we have the 6 different ways to coloring the graph G, that is a triangle. So now what will be our characteristic polynomial? Our characteristic polynomial is P3 lambda, C1 is 0, C2 is 0, so only remaining C3, that is factorial 3 lambda C3. So when you solve it, so you will get lambda C3 is lambda minus 1, lambda minus 2 upon factorial 3. So it will give lambda minus 1, lambda minus 2. So this is the characteristic polynomial of this graph which has the three vertices, if that is form a triangle. Now second case, if suppose these are not form the triangle, so what it makes a path like a tree, like that. If this not form a triangle, it means it has a like a tree, this one. So now how to color this? We can color this one, means C1 is already 0 here, because one color is not sufficient for this. So now for two colors we have the two options are here. We can color is like that. First we color these, one with one color we can color these or these, so we have to color this one is for different color. Second way is that if suppose we color first one is this, so we have to do the different colors of this one and this one. So it means that what is our C2? Our C2 is 2, because we have the two choices to color the second one, this one or this one. We have the two choices to the second vertex, to color the second vertex, like this one or this one. And C3, what is C3? C3, because only we have the three vertices, so total number of ways are factorial 3, means 6 different ways we have to color the third vertex, right? Means we can like that red, blue, green, or green, red, blue, like that. So total we have the 6 different ways. So now what is our characteristic chromatic polynomial? So our chromatic polynomial P3 lambda is C1 is 0, C2 is 2, lambda C2 plus C3 is factorial 3 lambda C3. So now when we solve it, so we will get our characteristic polynomial, that is lambda minus 1 ka whole square. So this is the this is the chromatic polynomial of the graph which has the three vertices, and if it is not form the triangle, it form a tree. Clear it? I hope you understand how to find the chromatic polynomial of any graph. So now today's lecture is completed now. Thank you.